People started having broken ribs. People started finding it difficult to breathe. People died. Who even invented this underwear that is hated by many women? I guess it's a man. It should be a man or a group of men. Can't be a woman because women don't like wearing bra. So why would they invent bra? Yeah. This video is going to be a very long video. So you're going to watch it in parts, okay? But so you can actually go to my YouTube page to watch it if you can't wait, or you could just wait while I continue to post it in parts. Well, I'm here to tell you the history and evolution of bra. Now, imagine a world without bra where you don't have to stress about the kind of bra to wear for a particular outfit, where you just need to wear your clothes and just start walking on the road and nobody's staring at you in a very funny way, like, why is she not wearing bra? What kind of bra is she wearing? Why is her boobs like that? Well, that imagination was only valid 3,000 years ago. Yeah, that was the only time nobody cared about what you wore up there. They were just, it was just vibes and Isha and lab with our boobies back then. Until 1400 BCE later, the ancient Greek women started wearing what we call the apodesmos. Now, this is where you wrap a silk linen around your chest, either to flatten it or to lift it up, whichever one you desire. Okay. And mostly it was worn by athletic women for physical activities. And we'll call it a sport bra. That continued for 1,000 years. Nobody thought that, oh, we need to do something better for them. Oh, people just felt like, oh, they've sorted out their problem. Men, like, they've sorted out their problem. But no, 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 it did not. Come the 1500s and the 1800th century came the corsets. Have you all seen that fashion trend always comes back? There is nothing in fashion right now that didn't happen previously. Yeah. 1500 to 1800 came the corsets. Why did the corset come in? It is because we wanted to snatch our waists. Women, the same reason we're wearing corsets now was the same reason they wore corset back then. Now, corset was seen as a thing of class. If you were wearing corset back then, you were that classy bougie, man or woman. Yeah, men also wore corset that time. But guess what? It came with a risk, a health risk. People started having broken ribs. People started finding it difficult to breathe. People died. But did they stop? No, they did not stop. They continued wearing corsets. But there was this woman in the year 1913, a lady actually, not a woman, a 19-year-old lady. Her name was Mary Phelps. Now, Mary Phelps is a socialite also. Of course, she's going to have the corset, right? Yeah, she did have it. So Mary was invited to a debutante ball. She bought a very pretty dress. She had money that time now, so she wanted to look good so that those classy men can find her. But no, Mary decided to wear her dress and her corset, but it was just ugly. When you just wear your cloth and wear something and it's not matching, it was just bulging out everywhere.
Like, I got this beautiful silk dress and I have to put this dumb piece of shit on. Stupid corset. I'm out. I can't take this. Marie, her maid, Marie, get me 2 handkerchiefs, some silk cording, ribbons, and a sewing kit. She sews together 2 handkerchiefs onto herself. And she's like, my boobles are free to roam.
And then she made what we now call the backless bra. In fact, she invented the backless bra. And then she wore the bra to the ball. And every woman right in that hall stared at Mary because they knew that something was different. And they all went to her that time now. Tell me your secrets, Mary, Mary. What's up? Look at your boobs. Your clothes is so fine. They're not bulging out. And then she said, if I open my chest for you and you will see what I'm wearing. I'm not saying she didn't open her chest, but just to make the story interesting, she did show them her chest and they were like, oh my God, I love this. Can you make it for me? Even her maids also asked that she made for them. Of course, businesswoman, business started. She patented it actually, and it went on like that. Now, this continued for some time until Mary decided to sell this industry to the Warner Brothers corsets industry, not the movie Warner Brothers. I don't know if they're it's called the Warner Brothers corset industry. Guess for how much? For $1,500. Now, after Mary sold the patent to the Warner Brothers, she moved on with her life. Life continued. She got married, she started living with her husband. They were living a happily ever after kind of life until 1917. That was during the USA World War One. And then something was not just happening well in the war industry. The military sent out message to the women, please, people should stop wearing corset. Remember, corset was still a thing. And then we had the Mary Fleps bra, right? Now they started sending messages to women, stop wearing corset, stop buying corsets. Do you know why? Remember I told you that corset was made out of whalebone, steel, and many other strong materials. The reason because steel was the most valuable resources during the war period. Women listened because the war needed to come to an end. They listened and they stopped wearing the corset bra. Some of them did actually. But it was also reported that with that instruction, corset production went down massively. Like, I'm talking about how they saved 28 tons of steel. I'm like, okay, was it about that? Guess what? When I dug deeper, it was found that 28 tons of steel can actually build 2 warships. Women, that's what you were wearing. Well, the women went back to, the offices while the men fought in the front line. So they can't wear corset for daily activities. I guess they started wearing Mary Fleps bra. Life went on. And then the World War ended. But before I continue with the story, let me take you back, not bring you forward. Let me take you back to the year 2008 when an archaeologist, whose name I'm going to put up here, dug up some garments and realized that, what do you mean that the bra has been on even before now? And I'm talking about 15th century outfits. They found out that what looked like the modern bra was part of those clothes that were found out by this archaeologist. Now let's come back. In the 1920s, fashion designers like Coco Chanel decided to now create more bras that would make your boobs smaller. Yeah, because back in those days, smaller boobs were seen as being fashionable. Justice for big booby ladies. But anyways, that era came and actually went by. Then came another era, 1930s. In this era, that was the era that brought in the letters to measure our boobs. Remember I told you how we now have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H for measuring boobs, because they now started discovering that bigger boobs women like us exist. Then came another era, the 1940s and 1950s. This was the introduction of the bullet bra, worn by our very own beautiful Hollywood musician, and of course other Hollywood actresses, Marilyn Monroe. Bullet bras. Look at how pointed that thing is. If they hug you, is it that hard? Yeah, that was the era of the bullet bra, and I saw a lot of celebrities during that time owned this bra. And then came another era, the 1968 bra burning feminists. That was a term. Let me tell you how that term came up. It was during the American pageant, yeah? Some women came out, pulled their bra, started throwing it away into trash bins along the Broadway, their lashes, their heels. And do you know the reason for that? They were protesting against these standards that made it look like these are the things you need to be required or to be called a beautiful woman. So they started throwing it on the Broadway streets into trash cans. And journalists and media termed it the bra burning feminist. They never burned any bra, actually, according to history. But even you can't even burn anything on the Broadway that time, but because they threw it away, that term just actually stuck, the bra burning feminists. Until dates, we have seen different kinds of bras. We have the underwire bra, we have the minimizer bra, the sports bra, you name them. So as you can see, it is you, my fellow women and ladies, that decided that you are going to introduce bra to us. And it is still you that decided to do bra burning feminist protest. And it is still you that hates wearing the bra that you created. This is the history and the evolution of bra. Thank you.